Hi everyone, have you ever been to the city of San Francisco, or are you at least familiar with the attractions of the city? Today I'm going to show you something, and when you see this you're going to go, huh? Am I California dreaming? Now, I've never been to San Francisco, although it is on my bucket list, and I am wearing my San Francisco t-shirt today. Today we're going to go to the Scottish town of Rothesay. So what's the connection between Rothesay and San Francisco? Well, I saw something on a map recently, and I had to check this out on Google Street View, and when I saw it I thought, wow, that looks like San Francisco, I must be California dreaming. Now today we're going to catch the ferry across to Rothesay. Now I've got a confession to make, I have never been to this town before. I've been through it because I recently filmed a timetable challenge where I went from a bus to a ferry, but I've never actually explored the town itself, which is pretty shocking considering I only live about 25 miles as a seagull flies. So today we're going to catch the ferry across to Rothesay, and together we'll explore the town and we'll look for this little hint of San Francisco. Okay, we've arrived in Rothesay. This is not the city on the bay, this is the town on the Clyde. In fact, while we're down here at the docks, I'm going to show you one of Rothesay's biggest tourist attractions, the Victorian toilets. Ladies, avert your eyes. Welcome to Rothesay, or is it San Francisco? And there it is, straight ahead. This is Serpentine Road, Rothesay's very own version of Lombard Street in San Francisco. It's said that Lombard Street, San Francisco is the windiest road in the world, but I think this actually is a lot windier. So let's do a little competition. Who wins? Lombard Street, San Francisco, or Serpentine Road, Rothesay? Firstly, which one gets more tourists? Definitely San Francisco. This place is pretty quiet. Which is the most picturesque? With all due respect to the people of Rothesay, I think San Francisco wins that one as well. The longest is actually Rothesay at 600 meters. The greatest elevation, again Rothesay at 80 meters. The steepest, at its steepest point, is San Francisco at 27%. And the most bends, Rothesay wins that one. 13 bends compared with 8 in San Francisco. Right, let's do a quick comparison on Google Satellite. There are further bends to Serpentine Road further up the hill here, but they're harder to film because there's walls on either side. Right, there's a nod to Canada on the top of this hill. I always seem to be climbing hills on these videos. Oh, not long to go now. Perfecto. I'm not actually walking on a golf course, although it looks like it. There is a public path which goes right along the side of the fairway. And then we'll get to that hill that I promised you. The proper name for this is Common Hill, but locally it's known as Canada Hill, because back in the days, back in the 1800s, when large numbers of Scots were leaving Scotland to immigrate to Canada, they would come to this hill and take one last look at the ships as they headed towards the horizon. Okay guys, I'm just heading down to sea level now because there's a couple of other things I'd like to check out in Rothesay while I'm here. If I can get around this big muddy bit. Yep, no problem. I forgot to mention that I passed an English tourist on Serpentine Road and he was taking a couple of photographs of all the bends, and then he saw my shirt and he sort of commented, so it's not just me. Together we explored arguably the world's windiest road, and I've seen one or two other things as well here in Rothesay, but there is one thing I need to do before I catch the ferry back to the mainland. I'm just doing my bit to help with this on me. Well, that certainly filled a hole. Delicious. Okay guys, that ends today's little adventure to San Francisco. Well, nearly. You can follow me on Twitter if you want. You can follow me on Instagram. I've even got a website. And of course there's that thing called YouTube, but only if you subscribe. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time. Right, ferry in the background there. Yep, it's there. Better get going.